Wow. Thanks for everything, both of you. If not for you, I don't know what we'd have done. Please, it was the least we could do in Her Majesty's service. Service style. I only ask you complete the request she made of you. I feel the same way. Better. I beg of you, do everything in your power to save the princess. Save the princess, save the world, and such. Something like that. Oh, are you one of her royal... Are you one of her royal retainers? Bum 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 bum. Yes, I regret that I rarely get the chance to serve her directly. That's a damn shame, man. She's so kind and open. She's always treated me more like a friend than a servant. Cool. The thought of her being held captive keeps me up at night. I understand. Well, you can rest easy now that we're on the job. We'll save her. Damn right we will. Shall we be going? Indeed. I don't believe any suspicions have been raised. Just keep alert until you return to your room. Never be too certain how close the intelligence division is watching. That's the truth. Oh, I do hope the princess is doing all right. I should have gone with her. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. None of the other maids are ever in here for whatever reason. Ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba. Where's everybody? What, might I inquire, are you doing at this late hour? Uh-oh. Trouble now. This is so bad. Captain Almathea. Excuse me. Good evening. I realize that you've been invited here, but don't you think it's a bit late for you kids to be out walking around? We're heading back to our room, Miss Thing. Please, pardon us. We've simply never been in a castle like this, and we couldn't resist the urge to take a look around. Oh, that's certainly understandable. So where were you half an hour ago? Please enlighten me, if only for my own edification. So again, it doesn't matter what you say here. Kitchen. Oh, that's strange. I was making my rounds through there, and I never saw you. Well... Come, let's not waste time on games. Actually, I've received reports of you going in and out of the maid quarters several times. Oh boy. Do you not think it a bit odd to be looking around in that particular place? Got a problem with that, man? What? You don't think that questioning someone like that when you already have the facts is a little cruel? Ha ha ha! I'll take that as a compliment. So what business have you in the maid quarters? I suggest you answer honestly. Well, Oh, Estelle, Joshua. You been here the whole time? It's Zen to save the day. Zen. He's kind of walking a little... He did his victory pose. Whoa, now that's the stuff. That's the stuff. Hostess! You know what I'm talking about, man? You're drunk. Oops. Heh. Sorry. And hey, if it ain't my favorite gorgeous officer lady. Nice. Some luck that we met up again, eh? I suppose. So what's going on? Are my students here causing any trouble? Students? No, it's just that they were in the maid quarters for a while. I merely wanted to know their business, simply as a security precaution. Security precaution! Yeah, I totally get ya. I just sent them off to find some munchies to go with my booze. Hey Joshua, you kids find anything to eat? No, the cooks aren't back yet, I guess. We went to ask the maid if there was any way we could get our hands on something, but no luck. Ah, oh well. I'll have to do without, I guess. Hey, I just had a great idea. You want to come and join me for a drink? I mean, hey, nothing goes with drinks like a beautiful lady. I'm afraid I'm busy, so we'll have to decline your generous offer. She looks horrified. My apologies for the misunderstanding. But I would advise you to return to your room and remain there for the rest of the night. She's giving us the old stink eye again. I have to investigate any suspicious activity, you understand. Of course. A horse is a horse, of course, of course. It is late. We should probably just get to bed. Very good, then. Now, if you'll excuse us... Denied.
Denied.
Oh, well. Might as well just go back to the room. Right. We'll go with you. Looks like we managed to convince her, at least. What? Zen, aren't you drunk? I was acting drunk. I haven't had a single drop. No way! Your face had even gone all red. He focused on making his blood circulate better, which made it look like he was intoxicated. It's done with some kind of Eastern martial arts breathing exercise, right? Huh. I'm surprised you're familiar with it. But hey, you seem to be in a tight spot, so I figured I'd distract everyone. Nice, huh? Saved your bacon, as the saying goes. You are an evil, evil man, Zen. Okay, sure, you did help us out, but you also surprised the hell out of me. Sorry about that. So, what's the story? What's the story, Morning Glory? What story? I would have thought it'd be obvious. The story of you meeting with the Queen. Whoa, wait, what? How did you... Did Eldon tell you something about this? Actually, I couldn't get him to tell me anything. But now I know anyway, don't I? Without prior knowledge, there's no way you could have just guessed. So how much do you really know? I guess it's finally time to show you this. Sin produced a letter from his pocket and handed it to Estelle and Joshua. What's this? I know this handwriting. Well, don't just stand there, read it. It'll explain a lot. Okay. Dear Zen Vathic, I hope this letter finds you well. I know I've been out of touch. I'm in a hurry, so I hope you'll pardon my bluntness. My work concerning the Jaegers is leading me into Imperial territory. However, due to the fact that unusual forces seem to be influencing matters inside Liberl, I feel uneasy being absent for so long. This is why I must ask a favor of you. Could I persuade you to come to Liberl and help out, if they need it? Since you haven't been to Liberl before, perhaps you could think of it as a recreational trip. There is a martial arts competition before the Queen's birthday celebration. Foreigners can participate. It would make fine camouflage. I realize that this is sudden, but if you can do it, I would be most grateful. I'm intending to return to Liberl before the festival, so hopefully we'll be able to have a drink together when I return. Cassius Bright. Dun-dun! P.S. You may have the chance to meet my son and daughter. They're currently apprentices at the guild, so if you happen to meet them, feel free to test the extent of their training. Try not to bail them out too much, unless it seems like they really need it. So Dad actually asked you to come to Liberl? Which means he's in Erebonia now. That's the long and short of it. The long and short of it? What it means is that you were in cahoots with him all along. That's kind of a nasty way to put it, don't you think? I owed Master Cassius a favor from the time he spent in Calvert. This letter just gave me the chance to make a square again. I suppose. When did you realize that we were his kids? I had a feeling from the outset once I saw Estelle's techniques with the bow staff. I asked Kilika about it, and that confirmed it. It would have been nice if you'd said something about it at all. We've been worried sick, wondering where Dad's been. I know, and I'm sorry I haven't said anything. But I got the impression from the letter that he was trying to keep his whereabouts a secret. It's a secret to everyone! Still, you're definitely his kids, alright. If you can pull off a job as big as sneaking an audience with the Queen. I suppose so. He knows this much. Wouldn't hurt to tell him everything, right? I agree. It'd probably be best to fill Zin in on everything. It's a bit far-fetched to say that we could put an end to this whole situation on our own, after all. Stella and Joshua told of how they had managed to speak directly with the Queen, as well as the Queen's request to safely rescue Princess Claudia. I see. I thought something seemed a little off when everyone was talking at the party. Alright then, I'll help you out with that little request. Cool. What? You will? Yep, I think this is the ideal opportunity to settle my debt to Master Cassius. Please, let me help. We'd be glad to. Hell yeah, man. Thank you once again. I mean, he is the strongest character in the game. What the hell is this? It's Richard! Love this song, by the way. What is this place? I never would have imagined that something like this even existed. This place looks crazy! It's larger than I expected. Lieutenant Lawrence, if you'd be so kind as to show us the way to the lowest level. Yes, sir. The hell? Whoa! Is that some kind of mechanical monster? Well, well. So these must be archaisms. The very first mention of archaisms. Which becomes an ongoing thing throughout the entire series. Oh. Holy shit! He took out that thing in one stroke. You were the quickest to react. You are indeed truly a force to be reckoned with when you don't hold back. You flatter me, sir. Your quick-draw techniques as well was quite remarkable to behold. I can see that you've studied under the Divine Blade himself. I am humble. I still have a ways to go before I can really humble anyone, I'm afraid. But time waits for no man. The skills I possess now will have to be enough. My strength may be meager, but I must forge this kingdom's future with my own 2 hands. My brave men, the way to the ultimate power is open. The way to the Triforce? Cool. A bright new dawn approaches for our beloved Liberl. I expect only the best of each of you. By your order, sir. We of the Special Ops will work as one for the Colonel. Colonel Roy Campbell, even. For the glory of Liberl! For the glory of Liberl! And we take a nap. And we're back at the guild! That's fun. I understand the situation. You both performed admirably. I'm amazed that you were able to deliver the Professor's message to Her Majesty. In person. We just got lucky is all. The real question is, how much longer is luck going to be on our side? Probably not much longer. Excuse me. Yes, we're really going to have to stay focused. If you understand that already, then there's nothing more that I need to tell you. In any case, we can consider Professor Russell's request to be fulfilled. Finally. It only took, like, the majority of the chapter. Please accept this as compensation for a job well done. Woo! Receive payment for to Queen Alicia. 20,000 Mira, damn. And 10 BP and 8 bonus BP. Video. Now then, Zen. It was pure providence that Cassius invited you here. We need the help of an A-ranked bracer like yourself. No need to even ask. Even if I didn't have a debt to repay to Cassius, I couldn't possibly stand by idly in a situation like this. I'm with you until the end. Cool. I knew we could count on you, Zen. By the way, what's this A-rank business? It's a rank that signifies a full-fledged bracer's full power. There are 7 ranks, ranging from G on the bottom up to A at the top. So he's the highest rank you can get? Not quite. Wow, I never knew you were such a badass, Zen. Well, I may be A-ranked, but I'm still an underling, so to speak. There are 20 A-rankers across the continent. But above that, there's an informal S rank. That one's only granted to bracers who successfully resolved issues on a national scale. And there are only 4 of those on the entire continent. Wow. I'm not sure I even want to think about what they can do. You really don't know any of this stuff, do you? One of those 4 is Master Cassius. What?!
Say what?
Probably shouldn't be surprised about that. Okay, Joshua, you're not gonna tell me you knew about this already, right? Right? Sorry, but yes, I did. He solved a major case for the Republic about 5 years ago. I swear. It's hardly worth even getting upset about anymore. Royal Army soldiers, hidden hero, Divine Blade, S-rank bracer. He's really so damn awesome, then it sure would be nice if he'd come back and take care of this case. You may be right. If you were with us, perhaps that would never have escalated to the point where a coup d'etat was even possible. Perhaps. Joshua, what's wrong? Just thinking about how strange this is. This whole chain of events apparently started with Dad going off on his trip. It's as if whoever planned the coup was waiting for him to be gone. Pretty much. At least it's just the impression I have. Impression. Oh. So what you're saying is that the coup was planned around his departure for the Empire. Am I correct? No. I'm sure that would be overthinking things. I can't think of anyone who could possibly manipulate Dad like that without him noticing he was being used. They'd have to know him and his behavior patterns exceptionally well to be able to pull it off. Well, yeah. I never knew what he was up to, even though he was so close. I don't think that the Colonel Richard could have ever managed to pull the wool over his eyes. More likely, it's just that the two major events happened to overlap with each other. Regardless of the circumstances, we cannot currently rely on Cassius to help. Therefore, I am resolved to prepare for the worst. I believe an emergency conference of the Grand Cell branch of the Bracer Guild is called for. Huh? Not another conference. Conferences never end well in this series. All other things being equal, we have a request that comes directly from Her Majesty the Queen. The third article of the Bracer Code states that we shall never act in a fashion that interferes with the government. We cannot ignore Her Majesty's request, however, so we must act. But we're no match for the Royal Army as we are. I ask the cooperation of all Bracers in Grand Cell, including Zin, of course. Oh, okay. If we come in conflict with the Intelligence Division, we'll need all the help we can get, Bob style. Ideally, we should have the cooperation of other branches, but the checkpoints have been completely sealed off as of today. Ostensibly, to foil any potential terrorist activity. What? So basically, it amounts to martial law. So the enemy is finally moving at full tilt. This may be to stifle any activity on the part of any Royal Guardsmen in hiding, as well as ourselves. If we're going to conduct a rescue operation, we'll have to do it with the resources on hand. Fun! Oh, fun. I didn't know you were gonna say that. Jeez. But we're up for it. So do we have a solid idea of where the prisoners are being held? That's been on my mind for a while now, actually. I believe the most likely place to be the Herb Royal Villa. That's the building in the forest, right? I mean, that is the only other place we haven't been to in this region. So it would kind of have to be there. It would make sense. If the soldiers are using it under the pretense of counter-terrorism, few would question it. And I can't imagine they'd want to lock a lady of the royal family in a cell in Leyston Fortress. Considering it's an army we're going to be going up against. I'd like a more solid confirmation, however. If we assaulted the wrong place, we'd have hell to pay for it. Yes, precisely. But in either case, we must assemble any bracers currently in the Royal City. Could I ask you to assemble them here for me? Any information you could gather while doing so would be much appreciated. So we're going on a scouting mission. Fun. If I'm not mistaken, Estelle, you and your friends are acquainted with a reporter, correct? Oh, you mean Niall. I bet Niall has some more information at this point. Yeah, we should see if he's picked up anything significant. Also, we must attempt to enlist the aid of the guardsmen who are in hiding. If you can get them to contact me, it would be greatly appreciated. So, in other words, we need to get in touch with Sister Julia. She helped us with the invitation before, so we should let her know what's going on. So off to the cathedral then. There are 4 other bracers in the city. Kurt, Grant, Karna, and Annalise. Annalise! Check the bars in their usual hangouts. They may also be in the hotel, taking pictures of math teacher's tacos. If you see them, please instruct them to come back here. Sure thing. Alright then, off we go. We're off! We're off to the races and such. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. We finally finished that questicle. To Queen Alicia, 5. The last day of the martial arts competition is finally upon us. If we can't be victorious today, we'll be able to... If we can be victorious today, we'll be able to stride right into the castle, heads held high. Our opponents, the Special Ops team led by 2nd Lieutenant Lawrence, are no pushovers, but we must win at any cost. Just like before, let's get ready, then head to the arena. The other sewer entrance is on the north side of the arena. We're here. The waiting room is once again the blue team room. We have some free time, so let's take a stroll around the arena. We should be heading back now. The final match has begun. And we did it! We won! No time to waste. Let's get to that banquet at the castle. The Royal Keep, Treasury, and Royal Guard room are off limits. We have some time before the banquet. Let's find that maid. We should greet the other guests and hear what they have to say. Gave Julia's letter to Hilda. We were told to come back to the maid quarters after the banquet. We should be getting back. To Queen Alicia 6. We won the martial arts competition and entered the castle as planned, but it still seems we won't be able to make contact with the Queen quite so easily. Fortunately, Hilda has an idea. Let's make sure we visit her after the banquet. Colonel Richard also attended the banquet. The Duke has taken the throne. Now it's all coming together. The banquet has ended. Let's go meet up with Hilda. On the way, we ran into Colonel Richard, who asked to speak with us. No choice but to oblige. We're really late now. We'd best hurry to the maid quarters. We had to disguise ourselves as maids to get Joshua wasn't fond of this plan at first, but he came around. We're ready. Onward to the keep. We made it in. The Queen's room is on the 2nd floor. We gained an audience with Queen Alicia at long last and warned her of Colonel Richard's scheme. We need to get back to the maid quarters to avert suspicion. 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 Okay. I'm curious, though. We've completed 75 jobs. 324 BP, 501 battles, 480 victories, 17 losses, and 21 fled. How cool are we? We're just the coolest people ever. But I think this is a good point to leave off for next time. Over 83 hours of gameplay, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to call it a stream here. Thanks everyone for stopping by. And I shall see you all next time. That's it.
Word to your mother.